everyone, welcome to Succeed Learning App. Social movements. Here, let's see a conversation between a father and a son. Father enters the home, little tired, and son asks, Dad, we had planned to go to a movie and you came late? Son, due to a social movement happening in our area, I had to come late. Social movement? What is social movement? I have never heard about this before. Don't worry, son, I will explain you. Let's start with what social movement is. Social movement is a social process that is related to social mobility, changes and transition. A social movement is a planned one, which means every movement has a goal and a plan to achieve through a program of action. It is natural for any organism to oppose things when something challenges in its every existence. Many movements have been taking place and haven't taken place opposing exploitation at personal as well as community level. Resistance offered at a personal level is called as social movement. A social movement is a social platform that enables people to showcase their needs and visions. People who participate in these social movements undergo many unexpected changes, go through new experiences and develop new social practices. An example of this is that Mahatma Gandhi believed in the beginning of God is truth. After he interacted with the people like B.R. Ambedkar and others, finally said truth is God. Hence, every social movement creates new models of social changes. Social movements have taken place in all places and all times. Many movements have brought in permanent social changes. Indian independent movement is one such example that has brought in permanent change. Some movements fail to leave permanent impacts. In this history of India, we come across many movements like Bhakti movement, leaving a strong impact on the society. People like Buddha, Mahavira, Basava, Sharans, Dasans, Sufis and Ambedkar have brought and led movements against the caste system. This system allowed upward mobility. Now let's see the origin and evolution of movements. Usually in our daily life, we come across many minor frictions in the social life. They create temporary mobility for a movement. These are recognized as the beginning of the social movement. At later stage, mob assemblies leading to mob violence. A mob is a collection of people who have assembled at a particular point without any prior plan and gathered to express some decision. For example, a group of people who have collected in front of the theatre to watch a group of people who have gathered around to know more about an accident or an example of mob. Now I understood what mob is. Now what is mob violence? When the behavior of mob turns violent, then it is called as mob violence. There could be no unity in mob violence. Here anti-social elements lead to mob towards violence destroying public property. Many a times mob violence results in major deaths. Communal violence, racial violence, class violence, political violence are some of the examples. So what is environmental movements? Environmental movements are the scientific movements aimed at preserving the biological system. For example, Jharkhand Mukti Morcha formed in the year 1973. But before 1930, tribal people of Jharkhand had opposed the actions of companies that rendered thousands of tribal people disemployed due to mining activities. Jharkhand Mukti Morcha is one such result of these agitations. Many movements started emerging the various developmental activities founded by the World Bank resulted in displacement of the tribal people. All the movements opposing raising global temperature, exploitation of water resources are grouped under environmental movement. Now let's understand various environmental movement in brief. So let's begin with Chipko movement. The government has issued license to 2,500 trees belonging to Rani village of Rehari Garhwal district. The women who learnt about this decided to hug the trees in order to protect them so that environment remains protected. The movement of hugging is called as movement in 1974. Due to this movement, the permission given to cut the trees was withdrawn. Dad, these women had so much courage to oppose, right? What an inspiring movement was that. A similar incident happened in Karnataka also. It was Epico movement. This movement was started in 1983 by the villagers of Salyani. The local people opposed the move of the contractor to cut the trees in Kalji forest. They stood hugging the trees. The people launched this movement to protect trees from smuggling. Narmada Bachova Andolan. The huge dam built across the river Narmada under Sardar Sarovar project displaced local tribal people. As scientific students found that the dam would affect the sensitive ecological balance of the river, the people agitated against the dam under the leadership of Medha Patkar. Silent Valley Movement. A dam was proposed to build in the Silent Valley of Palghat of Kerala. The building of the dam threatened the sensitive ecological balance of the Silent Valley. People from Kerala Shastra Parishad and wildlife sanctuary enthusiasts opposed the project. Finally, the movement was successful in installing the dam and projecting the Silent Valley's sensitive ecological balance. Next, let's see the coastal Karnataka environment movement. People of Mangalore opposed against the Mangalore Refineries and Petrochemical Limited, which discharged harmful chemicals into the sea, threatening the local environment. This movement also opposed the establishment of Nandikoru Thermal Power Plant and Special Economic Zone. Movement opposing the Kaiga Nuclear Power Plant. The move to oppose the establishment of Kaiga Nuclear Power Plant was undertaken by the people of coastal Karnataka under the leadership of Shivarama Karanta. It was argued that with the establishment of nuclear plant at Kaiga, vast deforestation takes place, and also the threat of pollution from nuclear radiation would spoil the numerous species in the ecosystem. Next, let's see an important movement, that is women's movement. Among all the mass movement that took place during the 1980s across the political parties, women's movement is very important. It is a movement that has opposed the patriarchal values exploiting the women and the creation of inequality on the basis of gender. In spite of all this protest, the number of women affected by the dowry is still high. The exploitation of women in the independent India has underwent a lot of transformation. The exploitation of women has taken new forms like acid attacks, kidnaps and human trafficking. The early honor of clan has transformed into honoring killing. Women are denied many rights explained in our constitution under Article 14, 15, 16 and 39 for equal rights for work and wages. Alcohol prohibition movement. Among various movements designed by the women, pressing for alcohol prohibition is one of the important ones. Total alcohol prohibition was a part of freedom struggle. Gandhiji proposed the total prohibition concept during the freedom struggle. Kusuma Sorabha and others along with her have lost their lives. Apart from this, women has protested against the sale of liquor in Hasan, Kolar, Mandya and Chamarajnagar district. Farmers movement. The farmers movement began with the denial of land tax. Later, he tried to express their problems in the face of economic problems designed through community during the later part of 21st century. During 1970s, D. Devaraja became the Chief Minister of Karnataka and ushered in the various social reformation. He strived to bring in various legal measures to free the downtrodden from the shackles of caste system. Measures were taken to free farmers from the clutches of tenancy system and bonded labor. Apart from releasing the farmer from death, the minister Basavalingappa tried to eradicate the practice of carrying night soil on the head. Governments tried to tackle the farmers' movement as a politically motivated movement by using police ordering firing and lathi charge. In 1980s, the farmers of Naragunda revolt against the government's attempt to use force against these farmers. After the Naragunda revolt, the farmers' movement leader Professor M.D. Nanjundaswamy, a socialist, found Karanga. The organization came into existence with the presidency of Rudrappa, a Gandhian. From Moga, Professor M.D. Nanjundaswamy was named as the convener and N.D. Sundaresh named as the secretary of the organization. It put forth various conditions. Due to unscientific price fixation, the farmers are in distress and hence the government should stop secure of properties of the farmers of their debt. Villages which lack infrastructure should be developed immediately. Villagers should get their share out of their resources extracted. Levy system should be stopped and many other demands. Labor movement. Labor movement is a movement demanding better working conditions and pay for the workers, along with the demand of implementation of labor-related legal provisions. The movement that is held through the trade unions is also called as labor movement. Labor philosophy has been evolved in opposition to the exploitation of capitalism. In European countries, due to industrialization, there was a drop in the employment available in the agricultural sector and more employment were there in the industrial sector. This resulted in the migration of workers towards industries. Laborers became aware of its exploitation and became organized opposing these developments. During the 19th century, workers' parties and trade unions started organizing workers all over the world. The International Working Men's Association is the first labor union established in London in the year 1864. Main aim of the association was to protect the interest of the workers. They wanted to implement 8-hour shift of working only. In order to protect the social society of workers, the Government of India implemented Act in 1923 to ensure social security. This act helped the Indian trade unions. After this, many laborers' unions were started and they have continued to protect the rights of the workers. There are many labor unions who have continued with their work. Untouchability Prevention Movement. Untouchability is an inhuman practice of stratified society. Untouchability prevention movement is a movement aimed at achieving eradicating the practice of untouchability and attacks on the untouchable people. It is a movement against the caste-based social exploitation. The untouchable communities have been fighting for their rights. For many years, we shall see a brief history of the movement. A history of untouchability opposition movement in the 19th century. Jyotishiba Phule organized a movement including the untouchables and backward classes. The aim of the movement was to oppose Varna system and to resist the dominance of caste social system. With this aim, various movements were started in the states like Karnataka, Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. During 1917, by 1925, Periyar Ramaswamy started self-importance movement in Tamil Nadu. With the idea of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar on gender discrimination, untouchability, the movement became more powerful. In the Round Table Conference of 1930s, Ambedkar called the untouchable to become the rulers of India. Ambedkar continued his fight for the rights of Dalits. He started a periodical named Mukha Nayaka and was instrumental in creation of various movements against the practice of untouchability. Are these evil practices still going on in our society? Yes, son. Even today, many organizations and associations are active in the work of eradication of these evil practices. Hope you understand what social movement is and learn about many social movements that took place in our society. Yes, Dad. By this, we come to the end of the chapter. Hopefully, it was interesting. For more information, log into Succeed Learning app.